Alright guys, figured I'd show you this here. So the other day I was out exploring and I got it, and I was kind of sad because I've probably wheeled over I don't know, probably 100 trails, I would imagine, somewhere close to that. And I haven't got anything. I mean, I've touched something like this. I touched it the other day. You know, like before I got my sliders, I got a little deal, like, where's it? I don't know. It's over here somewhere, I think. Might be on my side. I think it's on my side. So, you know, nothing but like little tiny things, you know? Like stuff that, like, you know, I could have a body guy touch up. I think I did that right there. You know what I mean? So nothing serious, and this isn't like super serious, but I mean, it is the body, and I don't like that. It got my top too, which kind of pisses me off. But the one thing I got lucky is that you can see there how it's etched. So it got my glass, and so it was kind of like a point coming off, like an undercut kind of point, big rock coming out. And I was up on a rock on my passenger side, like pitched up, and I was looking at it in the mirror, and I'm like, cool, I got past my fender, and it looked like everything was clear, but I was still climbing the rock on my passenger side, and like I pulled up, and it was just like I heard it, you know. I got my light, and so it pretty much, it did a number on my light. I've got it over here up on the bench. So it's been a long morning of sanding plastic and mixing epoxy. But so basically it had broke. So down here it broke the outside light off, like it just cracked it. So, and then there was a piece on top that was missing, and it was kind of like not aligned. So I pulled that stuff out, aligned it, and then everything kind of fit perfect like a puzzle. So I just cleaned it all up and sanded it, cleaned it, and then put some epoxy. So this stuff should be all good. It should look perfect, you know, it should look fine when it's done. Like, unless you're up close, you can't tell. But this was the main thing. It was keeping the light was all loose because it had broke. So this screws in from the inside, and then you have these little locators, and then this clips on to pretty much hold it in place, and that was broken off. So I had to pull that out and epoxy it. So I epoxied it first all along the crack, and then I put epoxy, and then I let that set up a little bit, and then I put the tape, a couple strips of tape over it with epoxy on it. So hopefully, because this is like, it springs a little bit, the plastic, to clip on, and so I figured I'd give it a little bit of something else to bite onto. But I sanded it all and cleaned it up, so hopefully it'd be all right. So that's it. So let's move on.
Perfect for us to get up.
All right, so we're at the second obstacle here. We got everybody chilling, everybody doing it.
Probably. Here's a big one. He was on his Bronco up here, just digging holes and stuff. Here's Sean's taillight right here.
Hey, Sean. Hey, there we go, Sean-o.
Sean's taillight.
Careful in them house shoes.
It's actually a lot better than it's slick.
Yeah, it looks good right there, Jeff. Stay with that. Let's stay driver. Yeah, straighten up.
I'd start climbing this rock, this left side first, yeah.
I mean, he could almost just turn passenger and let his tire ride down in the hole, too. Nothing. You're just falling off a vent. Yeah, just slid you over a little bit. Not too bad. Yeah. No, that's the only way for the little tire guys. He could almost just drive straight through the friggin' thing, you know? You don't even have to be like way up here. Yeah, come forward, turn all you got. His rear's in a way better position than it was before. Passenger just a little bit. There you go. Back driver. Why don't you just turn, you can turn all passenger now and just let it skirt the wall. There you go, good job. Oh, we just got to do that, Tyler.
Yeah, easy money.
Yeah. Alright guys, got out here today, oiled up this Amazon filter. So I cleaned it last week and then I just kind of got around to oiling it today. I haven't driven it, so, but I don't think it came pre-oiled, and I drove on it a little bit, which I probably shouldn't have, but it's oiled now. It should do pretty good, so I don't know. I can't see the quality like so far off of some of the Spectras and stuff like that. So anyways, just checking everything out. I keep having a problem with my belt. So what happens is like it shifts on this pulley down here. So this pulley has like a lip on it and it keeps the belt from walking. But the problem is that when it's running, you can see it like, it'll just do a little tiny bit of shifting and it wears the edge of the belt out and it starts making noise. So I've replaced this belt a couple times, and like in my K10 when I had this, I had the exact same setup, exact same pulley configuration. And I never had an issue with it, and so I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Like maybe this is misaligned, maybe I need to like shim it out a little bit. I'm not sure, but when I got home the other day, I noticed that the belt, so I just replaced this belt, but I noticed like it was making some kind of weird noise, but it was pushed all the way up here, and then it kept trying to climb this lip and come off, but luckily it didn't. So I made it back here okay, so I just adjusted that now. So any thoughts on that, I will take them. It's just this whole quick bracket setup. I kind of wish I could just put the compressor on the bottom and then just run the small belt like, you know, like normal, but I just don't have the clearance, and I like it up here, you know, but I do wish it was down there so I could put my like stock airbox setup back on here. But I don't know, not really complaining. Went to Moab and back, and I think I've already got like 3,000 miles on the truck since I've, well, maybe not 3,000, but probably like 2,500 miles on it since I've done the swap. And it's been good, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it just, I built it to work, and that's what it does. It pulls my trailer, and it does pretty good. So, and if I told you guys, if you've been following me on the Instagram, I picked up a 4L80 for it. So it's out of like a 98. My buddy was at the wrecking yard, and he snatched it for me. And so what my ultimate plan is, I'm really not going to do anything right now. I'm just going to keep rolling the 400 and just towing the trails and stuff. But when I save up some money and get some time, what I would like to do is put the 4L80 in here and then go with some like 488 gears. And I think that would be just like perfect for towing. I was thinking about, you know, like doing a cam and headers and stuff like that, and that stuff would really help. And I think that I would like that, but I think I really just need lower gears, because I think that stuff it would help, but it would decrease my fuel mileage, especially a cam, you know, and towing. It already gets bad enough fuel mileage as it is. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I think I'm just gonna go like 488 gears, do my 4L80, and I think she's gonna be freaking, she's gonna tow like a boss. So I think right there, if you go passenger, you'll be fine. You gotta, you back off as much as you can. Like, you have to have momentum going into it, otherwise it's just gonna keep doing that.
It's gotta lift these back tires to go in.
You gotta commit, man. You gotta commit from there.
Like
Maybe even go back further. There it is. Now that's it.
You need to keep your tires right about where they're at now.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to hit that wall on that side.
This, don't hit this.
Yep.
Okay.
So you need to stay in that.
Yeah, like that, but in gear.
That was good. Good line.
Knock that in gear.
All right.
Back up more. Back up more. No.
Back up a little more so you can get a little more bump on it.
Fast. You slid over now. You go fast.
Front.
Straight right there. Keep the tires straight.
Passenger just a little.
Passenger just a hair.
Now
Once
front.
you feel the rear come up, you're gonna want. You don't have to, but you'll want to bring it this way just a little bit. Yeah.
But you got to go from there. No. You got to get it even sooner than that. More.
Is that front wheel still not spinning? No, it's good. It did that time. Oh, did it? It was spinning.
A little more passenger. There you go. Awesome. All right, so today is just about updates, really. Wanted to update you on the Jeep. You see that? That sucked so bad. We got doing some work on the truck. You know, just maintenance stuff. And like I said, she's running good. Just changed the oil the other day too. So this is my second oil change with just regular oil. And I feel like everything is good. I think everything's seated and everything's good. So I'm gonna switch it up to some synthetic on the next oil change. So I'll probably do the next one, and probably after the next tow, I'll go switch to synthetic, and then I'll let that ride for 3,000 miles or so. You know, it's just, you know, breaking in the rings and doing all that stuff. So, you know, I've changed it frequently. So I think I've done it. This is my second time since I've done the rebuild. Yeah, so let's get back here. I want to update you on something that I did if you watched it on the Instagram video. So anyhow, my deal with this was, you've seen the axle flip video. I needed to get it higher so that way I could run my weight distribution hitch. I did run it. I'm sitting at 4-inch drop, and it's actually pretty damn perfect. So I could probably go for being maybe like an inch higher in the front, maybe. But once I put the Jeep on here and the weight distribution, it is good to go. So basically the parts of a weight distribution hitch, you got your drop here. So this drop shank, and it hooks to this, they call it like a head. So it hooks here. You got this ball. This is for the sway, the anti-sway that goes on here. And then you got your saddles here, which hold the bars on. And so basically how it works, and let me grab the bars and I will show you. All right, so I've got my bars in place here. So you can see how there's an adjustment on the head. And so basically what it does is it'll tilt the head down, which in turn tilts these down. Because ultimately when this is all hooked up, you want these to be level with the bottom of the frame. So let's say I decided I needed to go more. I could either try to get an extra length on the chain to pull it tighter, or what I could do is I could just like tilt that out just a little bit. That way when these are parallel, it's going to be the proper height. So that's really the adjustments on there. Pretty simple setup. This is the one that I've used for my travel trailer, and I figured why the hell not. All I had to do was put a 2-inch ball on it and move my saddles over, and then I just picked up one of these plates, tacked it on, and it's good to go, man. You know, figure like a wheelbarrow, it's going to be lifting the back up and putting weight on the front. Not only is it going to do that, but it's going to, let's say your trailer was a little bit tongue heavy, it's also going to take and it's going to spread the load onto the trailer axles as well. So basically what this is doing is just, it's taking the weight off of the drive axle and it's spreading it back to the trailer wheels or the axles, and it's spreading it to the front.
What's your plan? Ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that last one David did. He almost had it, and I sit a little bit higher.
Yeah, I think I just kept coming straight at it, right? From there. You're on front diff, turn passenger a little bit. Okay, now you can come back. There you go. Low passenger now? There you go.
Son of a bitch!
Just back off and do it again.
I had it.
You moved the rock. You moved the rock to let you get up there. If you can come back just a touch more, right there. I'm gonna go from there.
This tire is not on anything.
Yeah.
You're all dead now. There's no way. Right there.
Yeah, I would keep the wheels just like they are and come forward. Woo! Hell yeah. As we're all hooked up now, I went ahead with 2 chain links here. You can see things are nice and level. And like I said, it's just the weight of the trailer. As you put more weight on this and it pushes down, it's spreading more load to the steer axles. So this right here is the sway control. Basically, this acts as a brake. This clamps down on it. My rule of thumb is you go 2 fingers until you stop. You don't want to like crank on it. You just want 2 fingers, stop, perfect, and then take it off when you're backing up. Keep things from bending, but that's it. That's what I do on my travel trailers. That's just how I do it. There's more than enough pressure on there. And like I said, this isn't a Band-Aid for anything. This is just, you get into some heavy wind or, you know, something happens and you get a blowout, this will make things a little bit more smooth for you. Rock solid, man. Just climb high passenger. Wait, nap.
You're pretty much at the bottom here. Yeah, good. Oh, that rock moved out.
Move the rock?
No, another little one that was, and that was your clearance rock, I think. Can you go that, everything you got passenger? I got passenger. Everything you got passenger.
Hey,
Straighten it up.
you're wedging that tire in there pretty good between that rock and the wall. I just back off and climb high passenger. Just climb right up that ramp and you should be fine.
Straighten her out. Come on. Put up the one, then you shut out and drop it down onto the rock. Are you getting more down?
Nah, he has to back off more.
No, we have to back down more.
Yeah,
Yeah. What do you think, Jeff?
yeah,
The rock roller down. Come on this.
yep.
Oh, that was crazy.
Like,
Yeah, right up that ramp.
Perfect. Towards me. Towards me. Towards us. This way. This way, this way. There you go. Alright, I'm going to gotta go like this way. Yep, perfect. Really good. Alright, passenger home. I'm going to hard that. Yep, that was it. Straighten it out.
Good job. So I'm gonna give you like I guess a review of like how it drove. Hooked up, I got my Jeep on, 2 links on the chain. I felt like that was plenty of pressure, and it drove good. I think it drives better with towing the trailer with the weight distribution hitch on here than actually itself. Probably let the air out of the tires and it might drive a little bit better, but it was a lot less correcting. Everything stayed kind of, you know, true and straight. A lot less like fatigue driving, I guess, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't adjusting all the time because I got that weight. I like it. Every time I tow in the future, I'm definitely going to use one of these. And I know it's only 7,000 pounds, but you know, this is an older 3/4 ton truck, and it definitely, it doesn't, you know, it's not set up the way the new ones are, you know, like this 3500 right here. Like I wouldn't even consider using a weight distribution hitch. It wouldn't even, probably wouldn't even squat it, but this truck's a little different. And I think, you know, I think if you have a 1/2 ton truck, or like an older 3/4 ton like this is definitely a benefit, and you'll notice like a night and day difference. This ought to be interesting. That is pretty. That is pretty. If you want, we can put a strap on the front of you. Nice job. No, no more, no more. That was pretty, that was awesome. All right guys, another thing I wanted to update you on was the axle flip. So basically it used to mount here, and then I put this on and tacked them in up here. Now it says tacking is recommended, you know, so you don't, I said it's recommended, so it means that you probably don't have to. It's highly recommended, so that's what I did. Now, you have, I didn't explain it very good last time, so I will. So you have this adjuster, so this big adjuster nut. So what you do is you want to get it to where it's touching and touching on the other side, and you want to measure this distance here. So as long as this distance between the two is the same on both sides, then you tack it in place, and then you put your spring back on, and then once you torque these down, what happens is it jams this nut. So this nut is tight now. So it's essentially a jam nut on this. So this whole deal is keeping it from rotating. The welds are just kind of holding it from like maybe walking side to side, if that ever happened. But as far as it moving around like this right here, so it takes all the load when you're braking, and it puts it down on this bottom one that is welded by, you know, Dexter, and it's all essentially one piece, and then this is just jammed up in there, and they don't move. So I checked all of them are tight, and I went about 100 miles on my last tow. So before the next trip, I'll retorque all the U-bolts, I'll retorque all the lug nuts, And guys, if you're towing, make sure check them lug nut torques. Just, you know, grab a torque wrench, go out and pop them. You know, spend 3 minutes, and could save you from having some problems out there. And I'll just check everything else. So just do your diligence when you're towing. But I wanted to update you on this too. Everything's holding up well, and I like it.
Ted, right there. Bring it out.
Easy. All right, guys, another thing I want to update you on is my swing down stabilizer jacks. I used them to load and unload and then load and unload on the last trip, and awesome. So it keeps the truck from doing the dance, keeps everything stable, and it actually keeps everything from moving around, because you think when the tongue goes up, then it's gonna, you know, be tugging on the truck and vice versa. And so I still chalk everything, but it didn't move. So I crank these till where they're about maybe a half an inch or an inch from the ground, and then I unload and load, and everything stays fine. No issues at all. So these worked remarkably well. They kept things from moving around, and I like them. So whether you follow my channel for the Jeep stuff or the square body stuff or the LS stuff, it is all in the name of Wheelin. That's why I built the truck to tow the Jeep. It was actually supposed to tow the K10, but now it's towing the Jeep. And then, you know, it's funny, I watched a video from like last January, and I was, you know, getting ready to engine swap the truck and get it going. And then now, a year later, we got a trailer. So, you know, keep pressing on and keep working hard, and shit, man. Get out to the trail, have some fun. That's what it's all about. So you work hard, you play hard, and have a good time. So appreciate you guys checking all the videos out and watching. And you know, we'll be doing more when we do the trans swap on this, and plenty more videos. But sometimes it's wheeling, sometimes it's building, and whatever. So appreciate you guys take it easy, and until the next video, Dave out.